in my mind in the zone. I wanna be one of the greatest that ever made it, one of the best that did it, coming with it. Understand this is all I think about, all I ever wanna do, all I ever work for. So ain't no giving up, and up to the limit, just to win it is a must. Now you see what it takes to be on top, don't stop. Now you see what it takes to be on top, don't stop.
Bryant for the win. He is a remarkable talent. I mean, he got into one of those zones, and I've said it many times. It's all right for regular players to get in a zone, but when you're the best player and you get in a zone, that shouldn't be fair. And it wasn't fair.
Access, watch the progress, can't be done, man, I'm the champion.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Worldwide Laker Talk. Worldwide Laker Gang for Life is in the building. We just want to do a quick recap, quick post-game analysis on Game 2 of the Lakers versus the Heat. And I don't know about you, Quincy, but I might have to take one more game off of this, and I think this one might be a sweep. What you think?
Yeah, it's as long as I thought that Miami only had one good shot, and that's to play the zone, and the Lakers just don't hit shots. And the fact that not only the Lakers are hitting shots, but they're also busting their zone with having someone flash in the middle of it,
right?
And people are running the baseline, hitting them back cuts on it. It's at this point it pretty much like it's hopeless. Although I didn't like our defense tonight, but
yeah, I don't think we were particularly sharp tonight. I don't think we played a particularly clean game. I think tonight was one of them nights you are lucky to have the dominance of Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think he was the difference maker tonight. He was the one who was able to keep us separated, right? And like you said, we did a few things to bust that zone, but I thought tonight would have been the best chance for them to win, because you have that first game where you don't have your two stars. So you have people like Kelly Olynyk and Kendrick Nunn who haven't played. So the team haven't scouted them. The team haven't watched tape on them. So that every time there's a game like this, when people think, oh, the stars are out, the Lakers are automatically going to win, those are the games that I get scared of. I'm like, no, those are the weird, tricky games, because you get those quirky scoring from guys who you didn't quite prepare for, and the whole defensive scheme changes that y'all have been practicing. And we saw some of that tonight with Kelly Olynyk getting some really odd, weird shots, and Nunn doing some nice things. Butler was a lot more aggressive tonight, so he was getting to the hole. Those are some of the things that we saw tonight. But even with all that, we shot bad. They doubled us in free throws. I think they had like 32 free throw shots, and we still won. And I think only really LeBron, Kuz, AD, and Rondo had decent games tonight, and we still were able to win it. So I don't even know, because even if Bam Adebayo comes back, he's going to be not 100%. So I don't know how it looks going forward, but I do think I had 5 games when the series started, but I think we could go down to a sweep after this.
Yeah, well, one of the things I felt that Miami was going to have an issue with is scoring with the Lakers. I don't think they can actually score with the Lakers. And this was one of those games where it came down to outscoring, because we both shot 50% from the field. They shot 40% from 3. We shot 34% from 3. They was 31 for 34 from the free throw line. That's 91%. Lakers shot 58%. 10 for 17. So when you look at it, we just pretty much outscored them.
And basically, like you said, we didn't play a good game. You know what I mean? We didn't play a particularly good brand of basketball tonight, but we were still able to pull it off. What are some of the things you want to see us clean up before the next game? Like Terrell mentioned, Lakers kept getting burned on that slip screens. That's something you got to clean up.
Yeah, and just over-rotating on their shooters. I thought a lot of times the Lakers just like over-rotated and gave up a drive or an empty shot. that's pretty much it. You know, they made a couple of tough shots, but for the most part, I think the Lakers kind of had it set in their mind like they can't stop us, and we could pretty much do whatever we want.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what happened. And also free throws. I mean, missing 7 free throws in the finals, another team shooting 93. I mean, if we don't shoot well from 3-pointer, 7 missed free throws will come back and bite you in the ass.
right.
So, other than that, I thought we did well on the boards. We had 16 offensive boards to their stick. And then we only had 9 turnovers, and they had 9 turnovers. So, but also guys got to hit open shots, as you can see. I mean, we
missed a ton of open shots tonight.
Yeah, we look like the LA Rockets tonight. 16 for 47 from threes, an NBA Finals record of most 3-pointer attempts. So we was taking what the defense gave us for the most part with those threes. I think one of y'all posted a stat on our last show, whereas we 12-1 when we shoot over 32% from 3, something like that.
Yeah, 12-1 whenever we shoot over 30%.
Yeah, in these playoffs. So they was 34%. And like we kind of said before, the Lakers don't need if we're lights out, then the other team just don't have a chance.
Right.
But if we shooting respectable from 3-point line, it's just as challenging for a team to try to beat us. So, but I think KCP and Danny Green was 3 for 19 between both of them tonight. Danny Green is shooting.
You said 3 for what?
19 from 3.
Damn. Yeah, that's bad. Because if they make even 4 of those, it's a blowout game.
Yeah, and Danny Green is shooting 29% from 3 in the field in the last 7 games. So, he got to step up, or hell, we got to, maybe
go to somebody else.
Dion Waiters or J.R. Smith a little bit more.
I seen Dion Waiters wasn't even in uniform, so I don't even know if he's been made available to play. I don't know what's going on there, because I know they said he was healthy.
Quinn Cook or somebody. I mean, somebody that. I mean, we haven't really been in a situation so far in the series where it's kind of like
we need a bucket.
Yeah, where it's a sense of urgency where we actually need people to make these shots. But I'm sure this next game, because Miami gonna be playing for their life pretty much. So,
well, ladies and gentlemen, even though it wasn't a eventful game as maybe we would have liked, it was a win nonetheless. It was ugly, and that kind of goes to show you how good this team is too, though, right? Like even in an ugly game, and an ugly, mucky, weird offense that they was running, and some of the weird things that we were doing. Because honestly, I feel like sometimes tonight we were just trying to experiment on certain things to break their zone. Because there are a few tried and true things that we've been doing that we kind of stopped doing, and was just trying these weird cross court passes, that we haven't generally been doing. I really feel like they was trying to figure out other things in other ways. But we made Hero come back down to earth. We made Duncan Robinson come back down to earth. Those guys aren't, they're not able to do the things that they were able to do against the Celtics, against us. Yeah. And I attribute that to our defense on the perimeter. And like you said earlier in the earlier shows, we had Damian Lillard in the first round, CJ McCollum in the first round. We had Westbrook and Harden in the second round. And then the Western Conference Finals, you have Jamal Murray. So we done seen almost everything when it comes to dynamic perimeter players.
And then we have also seen zones in all those series. So it's not like that's pretty. Like I said, that's pretty much every team strategy for the Lakers. Zone, pack the paint, try to make us shoot outside shots and see what happens. So because that's pretty much their biggest shot to win it. But tonight it was kind of more of Lakers having the 2 best players on the court. And,
basically, yeah. And you know, I got to give it up. LeBron had a great defensive effort tonight. Like, he did a few things that I saw that were really positive. When we needed some stops, when we needed some buckets, he did some really nice things on the defensive end. Even though Caruso didn't have a good shooting game, Caruso was really good defensively. I feel like a couple of times Caruso got fouled on his way to the hoop, and he didn't get those calls. And you know, I think he should have got some of those calls as well. But other than that, because I liked his aggression, I like the fact that even when he was trying to bust his own, he was going straight to the hoop a few times, taking it to the rack. I like what he was doing. He wasn't getting rewarded for it, but hopefully he'll get rewarded next game if that is the case. So, you know, like I said, tonight is not going to be a long show because not really a lot to talk about. Like we said, we just feel like tonight was their best shot to win because we said the one thing that'll stop the Lakers from winning is a bad 3-point shooting night and a night where they get a lot of free throws, and they got both tonight and they lost. So what do you think game 3 looks like before we get out of here? And are you changing your finals prediction?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I think they're gonna sweep them. I only kind of gave them 5 games just out of respect, but I see that losing Dragic in Bam, that's gonna or even if they come back, they're not gonna be 100%. So I think the Lakers gonna end up sweeping them. But I think Miami probably gonna come out not necessarily zoning, but trapping and doubling AD.
Yeah,
trying a lot harder and really trying to make guys like KCP and Danny Green beat them,
especially after tonight and the shooting night they had tonight. Yeah, you're right, because they had a good game in the first game. That's why it was a blowout. And tonight it wasn't that good. So I know we're going to need to come out a lot sharper in game 3. And I think game 3 is a must win for Miami Heat if they feel like they're going to get a chance to make this a series or stick around. So they're going to be playing desperate. They're going to be probably playing their hardest that you've seen them play in the series so far. So, you know, start looking forward to that. Well, you know, like I said, we just wanted to jump on real quick, have a quick analysis of the game. Lakers in 4, because I felt like even with the full team, I said with the full team, they had to have the full team and kind of play perfectly to beat us. Yeah. And so now they don't have the full team. So even playing perfectly without this full team, I just don't know if they have enough. I just really don't.
Well, the issue is other teams. I mean, you could say even other teams kind of made AD work a little harder to score. Dude made 75% of it. He was 75% from the field tonight,
and like getting anything he wanted. Like he was flying in from the back, dunking on people.
And then you know he was doing that with Bam, you know, playing. You know, like I mentioned before, in December he had like 34 and 14 against Bam.
Yeah,
and then in game 1, the Lakers was up by 32
with Bam in the game.
When Bam in the game, so is your best defenders is not can't do nothing with them. So I think their only choice going to be able to like really double hard off of people like KCP and Danny Green and Caruso and make them hit open shots.
Yeah. So game 3 is Sunday. I guess we'll see you guys after game 3 or maybe after game 4. Let's just wait till after game 4 and see what they're doing and see what they're talking about. Thank everybody for watching. Thank everybody who was in the comments. Shout out to Worldwide Lakers for Life. This is Worldwide Laker Talk, and we will see you guys next time. And one more thing, the Lakers are still undefeated in the Mamba jerseys. So they kept that going, and I think that was the only one time you're gonna see the Mamba jerseys in this.
Yeah, because there ain't gonna be no game 7.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no game 7. So everybody watching, like, subscribe, share. Make sure everybody know that there's a Laker show for Laker fans by Laker fans, talking about the things that Laker fans want to talk about. Until next time, this has been Worldwide Laker Talk, and we'll see y'all in a minute.
Peace.
It's about what doing it big or going home. I'm focused on my plan, in my mind in the zone. I wanna be one of the greatest that ever made it, one of the best that did it, coming with it. Understand this is all I think about, all I ever wanna do, all I ever